get something to take it down on this one, because it looks very similar with the ring base.
It really almost looks like almost the same, but just could be possibly rotated around. It could be playing mind games, you know? Like, hey,
Yeah.
I've got this space. I'll run the same one, but mind games here. And this time, different crafted defense. And all of you at home like, wait a second, why don't I have this crafted defense? It's because it's not out yet. It'll be coming out soon, so keep that in mind. And once it does come out, you're going to be upgrading it and doing your best to try to defend your bases. But that bomb hive off to the right side, it will be launching those bombs one at a time. And I'm going to want to say, if I'm going to give some recommendations here for the community team, I took on a base like this. Actually, it was like, instead of bomb hive, it was the light beam. And I went in with a little blizzard. And I sent that blimp in towards the right gap right there. I don't think there's any traps. There might be, but I
don't do that. There might not be traps, then they send them in and there's going to be traps.
There's no traps. Who puts giant bombs near town halls, right? You know, to put it around. They're changing the meta, but I want to see a blizzard. That's what I want to see.
I love it, Carmen. I love that you will do the predictions, but you will try to curse it by saying, no, there's no traps there. Everything's fine.
Yeah.
I love it. Coco, anything else you saw? Any recommendations maybe for the community as we get into this next poll here shortly?
I just want to note on the blizzards that Carbon mentioned. It's been a while since that we had blimps with super wizards inside of them, and now that they actually got extra levels on them, they can actually survive more traps, which is why Carbon's also suggesting that they might become a part of the meta at Town Hall 18.
Ooh, okay. Might be a part of the meta. Of course, we saw a lot of totems as well. I mean, looking back on that last map, Carbon, what did you think about the totem placement? This is something that I've been really paying attention to in terms of like skill and how to use this brand new spell, people learning how to use it. What did you think of that last game with the way the totems were used?
Well, there was a lot going on. I didn't see exactly all the totem. I'm not going to lie, right? I don't want to be picking up to say, yeah, it was the totems that, oh, wait.
Here we go. Yeah, all right. Don't worry about the totems. We got a brand new poll. All right, chat, it is your time to vote. This is a big one. This is a chance to earn an extra star. Are you voting for them to use ground troops, meteor golems, cookbook, or...
They are just cursing me if I want to try to use them.
They are solid for kind of working your way through the game. Look, you're a professional, all right? So you like to cook up your own cookbook. Maybe we should get a Carbon and Coco cookbook for the community out there. I like that. Coco, I don't think we've got the answer yet, but was there one that you're hoping the community chose?
Well, I'm hoping that they actually go towards getting some extra stars. They need to catch up, and I think even if they don't need to catch up, I think they can actually let them go ahead of the opponents.
Okay, so. I got word from productions. Chat, I see you voting in chat. Reminder, you got to be on the website, and everybody on the webpage voted for Meteor Golems. Okay, we got Town Hall 18 action. We got 50% of the army comp for this attacker must be Meteor Golems. Carbon, I mean, we saw decent efficiency with Meteor Golems last time by the creator team, obviously 69%, but 2 stars. What are you thinking?
I think that they'll get used, but they just need to practice a little bit more and figure out what works well for them as well.
Yeah, and it looks like Clash Tuber is going to be the attacker, and I believe let's take a look at them and see what they're thinking. Clash Tuber on the attack, Rafa on the defense to start things off here. Oh, Carbon, I don't know. Look a little stressed, look a little prepared. What do you think?
I would say if you're on the defending side, you should be fine because you're not attacking just yet. You can take that breather, so I think Rafa will be okay, but Clash Tuber, I'm going to be really curious to see what will he do with the Meteor Golems. Is he going to go more of a smash style with kind of just trying to push straight on through and not lead it up with a Raw Champion charge or a Queen charge? Because there's so many different variations of what you could do with them It's just, what are you most comfortable with? Does he push in the Legends League just have a certain favorite attack? Will he want to bring a fireball and then set up the meteor golems? There's so many different ways, and I want to know what he will do to try to take out the base. Are we going to see another Town Hall isolated in the core? Because if you can't get to that middle, it's going to be a problem.
Yeah, definitely a problem, and definitely noticed that Clash Trooper was, I think, talking to team as well. Probably a lot of coordination with the team, talking to each other. What should I be using? What do you think? Meteor Golems, I've been working on it. We just got it. Yeah, Coco, any other words for Clash Trooper before the attack gets started? Anything else you want to see?
Just keep a cool mind, you know? I know
Nice.
everyone's watching, but he's a good player, and it's his time to shine. And I'm very excited to see what he's practiced, what he's come up with. Hopefully his team is spotting him, and we actually have something that can go into the core. It's very interesting to see how the meta will shape up in terms of base building. We're also very early in figuring out what's the best way to defend. As we've had a lot of core town halls, it's hard to get into the middle, so we'll just have to see how that plays out.
Yeah, no, that is a really good shout too, because as much as we talk about the hypotheticals of all the attacks, right, the defense also changes, and the meta of the defense and how you build your base changes with the new Town Hall 18. That is a great shout, and it's been fun already. We're seeing 2 different of the Guardians being chosen for defense. But Carbon, I want to go back to you, because I think the other thing that we haven't really mentioned quite as much, I mean, our defense technically knows, I believe, and production can correct me if I'm wrong, I want to say the defense can change which units are in their clan castle at the very beginning. So as we go into it, pay attention to those units. Carbon, Coco, take it away. Let's see what happens and what it's being used.
Oh, I was not expecting this. 10 Valkyries with the Meteor Golem? Okay, I was thinking an RC charge, maybe the Warden Fireball to set something up. But okay, so it is an RC charge, a small one, because he only has about 4 invises, and he's going to go with the Royal Champion Rocket Spear to grab this initial stuff outside. But this is going to be a more of a full-on push into the core. But look, the Smasher is right there onto the Town Hall, and when that goes down, it's going to rage everything up.
As you can see, these bombs also did a little bit of damage onto the RC, even though she stayed so far away doing damage. Oh, she stepped in too close. And Clash Trooper actually lost the World Champion. The Fox is still going, but she will unfortunately also go down there. Now, where is he going to approach? He's going from that right-hand side. We got those Meteor Golems down, supported by all 3 of the remaining heroes as we go in towards the Monolith and this Multi-Inferno. He's got some of those totem spells. Let's see how he uses them. He's placing them quite deep, and a lot of damage is hitting them. Quickly going down. Is he going to place another one?
Yeah, with the log one trying to open the walls, the Meteor Golems don't need to. They could just be jumping over as they're getting launched, but the King's also in the core. We have to push, and there is that Warded Eternal Tome as he's trying to push right through this Town Hall, takes that down, and then they keep launching themselves, but the Valks are pretty much around the edge. We got a couple Valks in the core. The log launcher is trying to continue its way through this middle.
Yeah, this back-end Revenge Tower is going to be doing a hefty amount of damage. He pops that King ability, does get it down. We're stuck there fighting the enemy King. We've not got that much still left. Queen even still has her ability. There's that one totem, as you said, still standing in the middle, but it's not going to be able to tank anything. Is this actually going to be enough to clean up the remaining of the base?
2 invises. The Queen's reaching over, does have her ability. You know, you got the mass goal. Meteor goes with the Valkyries, getting that value, launching it to the bottom side. King does find the Spring Trap, and these more Spring Traps for that King. Even has the Diggy on it, and he's getting the 3-star for the community. There you go. Getting it done. 59 seconds, and he's going to swag some invis on top of it. It was a little sketchy at first. The World Champion went down. You saw from his reaction, but a great triple and the first 3-star that we are seeing here today.
Yeah, he's getting that clutch there for his team. That's absolutely fantastic. Best thing that could have gone through with that one as well. Does that also mean that he gets a bonus star?
I would assume so, right? Because he was able to successfully get it done with the Meteor Golems, which was the prediction, what was from the polls from the community. And that's what you were forcing your players to bring. And that's what makes it a little bit more difficult. And they get that little bonus. Now that 1 bonus star can make up for the 1 star that we saw earlier. So we're gonna probably see what well, maybe it wasn't, maybe not Bash Attack. Who knows? It'll be somebody, right? Because before it was what, a card.
For that one, however, that would be one hell of a challenge to actually give to the creators. Actually, I'm really excited to see if anybody makes any content on that. Noah's Arks, where you pick one of every single troop, taking them into armies. They're always a favorite with the viewers. But in this case, not sure if I would choose that one.
Okay, I'm getting word from production. They chose A, which was get 50% with just heroes deployed first. Carbon, what do you think? Do you think it's possible? 50% with just heroes deployed first? That is just for the extra bonus. We're still playing for the normal attack.
Oh, that's tough. Just heroes first. I was thinking, oh, you just deploy your hero first, right? With your raw champion, that's normal. Or your warden to go fireball. But the fact that it's 50% with your heroes, okay, now things start to change. I'm thinking we got to go raw champion. Oh no, Asher. He doesn't know what he is. He's a little nervous because he's a okay, let's be honest. Asher, he's a builder-based player. He's playing the home village here. So I am really curious to see what Asher's going to bring. And he's probably asking Itsu, okay, what's my tech? Give me the strategy. What am I doing? Give me the pointers. What do I need to funnel first? What am I focusing on? But I mean, Asher, he was at Worlds, and he was one of the most vocal at Worlds. So even though he might be a builder-based player, he is still he is very focused at getting the triple here in the home village, and I believe he could do it.
Yeah, Coco, talk to me about this. You got to get to 50% with just heroes first. What do you think? You think it's possible? Do you think one of our creators could do it?
It's definitely tough. I mean, you've got the RC charge, which usually goes in early. We haven't seen hero drives for quite a while, but I can imagine some sort of like a queen charge with the warden to support, maybe the king round the outside. The problem is you kind of wouldn't really do that alongside the royal champion, so it is very hard to do all 4 heroes at the same time. So we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited to see what they're able to do. Again, they don't have to do this in order to get a 3-star or anything like that. They can still play normally if they want to, or if they need to, rather, maybe is the right way to phrase it. However, if they are able to get to 50% with just heroes only, that is an extra 15% on the overall score, which could be the difference maker here, Carbon. Every single point is going to matter. Every percentage point, every single star. This is an opportunity for you all at home to earn extra rewards because of the team you drafted, and you have given them a tall task. I think, Carbon, the question is, do you think Isku is excited about maybe this selection from the community? Because this one is quite difficult.
Yeah, I think it's a difficult one. Now you're going to have to start weighing the positives and negatives. Is it worth the risk to go for it? And if I was Itsu and I was a captain and telling my team, I'd be like, okay, is there anyone first up for the challenge, right? Someone speaks up. If no one speaks up, then I'll be like, all right, let's make the decision. Let's go for the stars. This is not if I was Itsu, but this is only for the community team. Itsu's team can't even do this. So if I, who is the leader on the community team? It's us.
Yeah.
So, oh no, we need someone to step up in their team. Who's gonna do it? Okay, well that's a little bit. I didn't think that far ahead here.
Yeah, and I think chat, our community, is a little confused, so I want to remind everybody about how this works.
Earthquakes, you take out some buildings that way. Then you recall the queen and not the healer. Okay, never mind, they're not doing that. It's 11 inches. Because then you could use the healers on the warden and do a warden fireball. I'm trying to think all strategy here and then get your 50%. But all right, well, I guess if there was a player that I was going to put it on, Sumit would be the player to do that. Just that. An epic world champion charge for sure is a good way to start here.
No recall again, which means that once that world champion is done, that's pretty much it. She will slowly go down. Let's see which way she goes. Oh, lots of traps here, even the tornado trap. And in addition, we've got those bombs from the bomb hive in that town hall compartment, reaching over towards the left, which will do some damage.
Oh, wow.
We've already lost the fox. The bombs are going to do quite a lot of damage.
The bomb hive is hitting the RC through the invis. Well, that's why it's so strong. The invis does not protect the world champion from the bomb hive, and you have to be careful. And defenses are going to try to take advantage of the layout of a bomb hive just for that value.
he's only at 15% now. Asher is cheering. He's so happy about this already. The fact that the world champion went down a little bit early. Now he does still have 3 of those invisibilities still remaining. The king, we did manage to open these walls. We're continuing with that queen charge. The healer puppet that you mentioned is here, which will hopefully get some health back to the queen.
As that queen is charging away through that right side. But the question is it worth the risk? Because if you're not going to get there, you have to start to think about, can I even turn around for the trip? Okay, there we go. We got some balloons out where the warden is. Okay, the warden is he got air, I think. Yeah, so the wanted to protect it a little bit, but that warden can fireball, if I'm not mistaken. That's probably good. Well, no, he's not going to fireball because he's got no earthquake, so there would be no value there. But the furnace, unfortunately, is out, and the dragons are down. So he didn't get to the 50%. I knew that was going to be tough. So now at this point, he's trying to get that 3-star, which will be tough.
Yeah, he's trying to cut a little bit of the fun off with the siege barracks down south. Few of the dragons starting off a little bit on that left-hand side so that we can try and get some of those dragons in towards the core, but I'm not sure. Is it actually going to work? Because we're already starting to move towards the left. I think some of them are over that open space there by the town hall. That is perfect. The town hall should go down. And as we pass through, there's going to be a lot of damage coming in from that fire spitter on that back end.
Yeah, that spitter on the back end is going to be doing a lot of damage. And there's a red air bombs right in the core of this base, hitting those dragons. Just have the Yetis down to the super wizard tower. Remember, it can chain up to 15 targets if they're right next to each other. Some crazy value. That's why it is a super wizard tower. Warden goes down. Has a few, no, only 1 dragon left. And unfortunately, it is a lower percentage for Asher. He is looking great. That is a great defense there for them. But Sumit tried to get the challenge, and I would have been like, I don't know if it's worth that value to really try to go for that 50% hero value and then try to get, it's only 50%. If it was like an extra bonus star, then I think it would have been worth the risk, but 50.
You hear the bell?
Yeah, I heard the hero bell.
Did you hear the bell?
I did.
Yeah, we have a hero bell just up there next to that town hall, just at the top of your screen there, which means that the defensive heroes are being buffed. They're doing more damage. They have more hit points. They're going to be super tanky to take down.
As he is setting up this path right into the monolith. The log launcher is down. The meteor golems working right on through. Trying to get this valley. Defensive rage gets activated. And there's the double totems to help distract and try to tank as the log launcher needs to open up the core of the space leading towards the town hall. But there is the long shot that is doing work trying to defend that town hall.
Yeah, more totems. They just keep getting deployed here. The log launcher is about to pop open, as you said. Yeti's going in towards the center of this base, still taking so much damage. That long shot doing damage. We're not even going to get much value. We didn't get the ricochet cannon. Not even the ricochet cannon went down. We did damage with them, but that was just not enough. We're trying to tank more damage in the center here. But I don't know if the queen can make it to the town hall. The giant's on it, though.
Okay, it's trying. No, it was going for the go for the long shot. Yeah, Queen is trying her best, so she gets the town hall, at least secures. But remember, if it's below the 85%, the percentage can go and help with the community. The Queens continue to try to get value. Oh, but the Royal Champion. Wait a second, she's still alive. I didn't see her down south.
Yeah, we're still going towards those buildings on that right-hand side. There's not that much still left, but we got some very heavy hitting defenses. We've still got that revenge tower at maximum stage here, trying to defend here, and it's just, I don't think you're going to be able to take that down.
He's not going to be able to take it down. It is going to be a defense here for Sumit, but it is above that 85%, so percentage will not go to benefit the community team right there. And he wishes that he was able to get it done for their team. Nice try, Asher. But the Archers, Super Barb, trying to get a little bit percent, almost was able to get that 3-star. But there it is at 93% too for the Creator Champs.
93 for a base builder main. I see that as a win in my eyes, honestly. He did very well there.
Yeah.
I love it. Base builder main, you know, it doesn't matter at this point because we're in a competition, you know, 93%. We'll take that win for sure. Obviously, as expected, Carvin, I think you said this, it was kind of like a hit or miss. If this was for an extra star, do we risk going for this really difficult challenge of getting 50% so that we get the 15% bonus? I don't know. If it's a star, probably. Because we're only 15%, we went for it. Hey, we got to risk it for the biscuit at some point. Unfortunately, I think it really hurt Assumit's attack there. And because of that, just really couldn't get anything going. It was a total of, I think, 66% is what we ended with in that attack. But overall, a really fun watch. And frankly, I'm excited to look back on some of the replays because that bomb hive was going insane. I mean, everything was funneling directly into it, was taking so much damage, and overall, really fun one. So, Coco, take me through this replay of what we saw, and obviously, we'll see some of that value.
Yeah, on that very first one, you could see that the RC, she didn't get as much value as you wanted. You still had that spitter up, which did hurt the dragons on that back end as well. I think even if the RC left too soon, we didn't manage to get the spitter down, I think that would have been really good for the dragons. But overall, yeah, it was just not, it was a bit of a tough challenge there. It was hard to make the decision. Maybe he thought that he really wanted to get the challenge. We're going into the core. There shouldn't really be a risk of a 1-star, but we don't want to be doing jinxing over here. but you know for a fact, we're going into the core. We should be getting it down as we path through the middle. The question is just if it will actually make it all the way until the very end. I don't know.
We'll see. Well, hey, before we get into it, Beaker's got some content. Speaking of smashing, we got to talk about our Guardian, specifically the Guardian Smasher. Let's take a look.
The biggest thing we got to check out today is these defense, and that's going to pack a bunch if it's in the right place. What a change from a normal Town Hall defense to this, whatever this is. You got to love it.
Well, thank you so much, Beaker. That was a great breakdown of everything you need to know about the new Guardians. And like you said, it really depends on where you put this Town Hall and which of the Guardians you choose. Obviously, Smasher does some serious damage and some nice benefits if it does go down early. Carbon, as we prepare for this attack, I believe it's going to be El Cheeky attacking next. We're using the Super Yetis. We're talking about the Yetis already. We've been talking about them all day, frankly, because you got to smash through these bases. And based on the base that we saw, definitely going to be a valuable strategy. Hopefully, El Cheeky is probably thanking the community at home for giving him a good strategy. Because last time the community chose, it didn't go so well. So let's take a look at how he's feeling. I see a light smile on his face as he's preparing. Maybe a little bit of stress as well.
Yeah, you know, there's a little bit of stress here, but it looks like Beakers has no stress. He's chilling there. He's happy, and I would be very surprised if Beakers is not running a smasher, right? He definitely wants to be running that smasher as he just says how much he loves it there. And let's see, do we? Yes! It looks like Beakers is running that smasher. He wants to try to take this army down, but what is it? Oh, this is looking like a complex charge here. And Cheeky wants to go with that Warden walking from the top side, and this is good. And he does have a jump, but an overgrowth. Remember, Itsu said at the very beginning of the show that overgrowth will not affect the Guardian. And that is something to really think about here, Coco.
Yeah, I'm excited. I think this is our first overgrowth today. So we'll see where that he actually decides to place it. Now, at the moment, as you said, he's got the one on the left. He's going to be setting up that funnel. We've got the Rage Gem, so that means that all these Super Yetis are going to be doing a hefty amount of damage once we get inside of this base. I'm guessing he might be using the overgrowth for the spitter on the right because he's probably want to go in behind the other one.
So he doesn't have an ice block. So sometimes an ice block would be really good if you want. Okay, invis. Ooh. Oh, invis. Okay, he launched it. Earthquakes in the core.
Nice.
And he gets the clan castle, but the bomb hive is gone too, so the bombs will not be launching anymore.
That's perfect. I love that. We did manage to clear out that other entire compartment with the fire spitter. The funnel is set. Now that does mean that the Town Hall is going to be a little bit later because we're going to be wrapping our way around that right-hand side. I'm still assuming that we're going to use this overgrowth on that fire spitter though. What do you think?
Yeah, 100%. Definitely he's going to probably try to clip that. Even the poison spell tower would be nice, but he's going to have to path around. And that Giga Bomb is going to wait on the back side. It's going to do quite a bit of damage. we have that jump, which was already deployed to the top. So he's taking a different approach than I was thinking on the space. But Super Yetis are very strong, and I like the troop launcher that has now, I think, all but disappeared. But there is the overgrowth. It does clip all that value, but Coco.
I'm so scared. I'm so scared.
And that's why I wanted to jump over the compartment to the core. Not like, oh boy.
Yeah, I'm very scared now because everything was already a little bit on the outside on that 130 compartment. We did try and break it in, but everything just kind of felt a little bit slow. And once that queen made her way in, she cleared out some of those buildings and the defenses in the core, pushing everything even further towards the outside. Now, this is great to avoid the fire spitter, but the problem is we still have to get this town hall down.
And there is the smasher coming for the queen. He's not only going to hit the one queen, he's going to hit all the queens. He's hitting the giant also at the same time, and the smasher goes down. But this is one of the things with the smasher. When he dies, he drops the rage, but if the rage is not going to rage anything, it's pretty much just sitting there, not benefiting the defender.
Yeah. I mean, this is really unfortunate. We have another 1-star. The time is gone. Beakers is already cheering. He's very happy that he got that defense for his team. Yeah, towards the end, there was only like 4 seconds left. Very unfortunate for him. Because honest, I think the idea was fine. I just maybe wish that maybe a little bit more funding around that 130 side would have helped push those Super Yetis in a little bit deeper. And as you said, that jump, if we managed to get the jump a little bit deeper as well into the court, maybe choosing some other walls, I think we would have been able to push everything in towards that center.
So the way he started the attack with that warden, very nice. But the problem is, if you send that warden then in with meat at a point and try to take the base down together. But we're taking a look at the percentage now as it is up to date to the bottom side of this screen. And we are seeing community with 8 stars and only a 1-star lead over the creators at the moment. So if the creators do get a triple, they are going to be looking to take the advantage as Akari is going in with Super Yetis as well. All right.
Oh, he's trying to show who's boss. Yeah. I see how it is. We actually, it's very interesting. We have opted for more skeleton spells around that monolith this time, especially there is also even a multi-inferno there.
Yeah, double multi-infernos right in the core. Defensive rage going off as this warden ability. Can he protect outcomes? We got Furnace, double ice golems. There's the King's Earthquake boots right through the core. Yep. Oh, no. There's a lot of damage here. Wait a second. Remember, the world champion, she cannot save the town hall. How many attacks out there did the RC save out in the world championships and even and just attacks in general? But you can't do that anymore.
Yeah, we had 3 Yetis there on that 9 o'clock corner. 2 of them split off to go up top at 12. 1 actually went with some of those Valkyries towards that right-hand side, but I don't know if it will actually be able to survive long enough to get that town hall.
I really think that changing the town hall to not be a defense is the most critical thing in this update. And it looks like my prediction is holding true, that we are going to see the most 3-stars, most 1-stars that we've ever seen.
And everyone's not ready for it. They're not ready for that royal champion to not take that town hall down, especially when that was a big part of the previous meta. It was a backup, and not even just only a backup, it was sometimes a part of the main plan to get that town hall down with the royal champion.
Wow. Well, I was going to say, I didn't see this coming, but I really did. I did see the town hall staying up because of it not being a defense. And if you don't have a plan for it, it's going to unfortunately lead to that 1-star. But that means this war is staying close. And are they doing it for the content? You know, we don't want one team to run away with this, but we want to come down to the very end, right? Well, no, these players want to try to secure it, lock it up, and try to win those rewards. But you know, that's what Town Hall 18 is. It is a tough challenges. Coach, we saw back-to-back 1-stars right there.
Look, it's like you both know ball. It's just the way it goes. You called out there's going to be probably a lot of 1-stars. When you do a competition like this in a brand new update, you got to get accustomed to the update immediately to have a chance to go for those 3-stars. Back-to-back 1-stars is good news for our community team at home, because we did get a decent percentage on our first attack, 92%, if you remember, on that first attack from the community team versus an 82%. That is a big win for the community. We'll take any win that we can get. You got to remember that before this matchup, before these two attacks, the percentages were about a 1 percentage point between in an additive format. So because of that, I think the community might just barely edge back over the top of the creator team. We'll see those scores here in a moment. Coco, take me through these replays.
Yeah, those Yetis, that's exactly what I was trying to say. The Yetis were a little bit further out on the outside. I wish that they were in a deeper compartment. It was really tough. I like how we did manage to actually see two different types. I mean, they're very similar attacks, but two different types of ways of using the Super Yetis. However, we just need to get that final push to get that Town Hall down.
Yeah, and if that Town Hall is staying up and you're trying to rely on the Royal Champion to grab it, she won't. She doesn't target that defense, and it's going to be a problem for your team there.
Yeah, no, exactly. It's a total change. You've got to get accustomed to Town Hall 18. It was also interesting to see similar strategies, obviously both Super Yetis, one with running out of time and the other having plenty of time, but just not able to make it to the Town Hall and take it down. So therefore, still a 1-star to 1-star attack back and forth with a very similar strategy. Stats are going to be insanely close, and I am so excited about this next poll because the next round, stakes couldn't be higher. We're about halfway through this competition, and I'm gonna go ahead and leak what this next poll will be just so people at home know what they're about to vote for. There's only 2 options on this. This one is gonna be called double or nothing. If you get 3 stars, it equals 6 stars. If you get 2 stars or less, it equals 0. First reactions, Carbon, do we go for this when this competition literally couldn't be closer?
Yes, you go all out for this. This is where the risk is.
And the right, which do look quite favorable. They look like they want to be RC charged.
I've got my plan on this one. Easy base to queen charge, right? Hear me out.
Queen charge, okay.
Yes, absolutely. What you want to do.
I'm gonna jump in. The poll is live. I told you it would be. You're ready for it this time. Go vote right now. Is your website open? You got about 20-ish seconds left on that timer. Some of you already prepared though. Double or nothing. What this means: 3 stars equals 6, 2 or less equals 0. Are you going for it? I'm seeing a lot of yeses and a lot of nos. Vote now. Are we going double or nothing as the community team? Let's see what our community has decided for their team. I'm waiting on the results because I am so scared. I'm going to be honest.
It's got to be yes, right?
It's a yes. It's a yes.
Surely.
Yeah.
Community said absolutely we're going for that. An opportunity for 6 stars here, Carbon.
And here's the plan. Queen charge right through the Town Hall, jump behind it, and then you can get all that value. I could just see it. I did an attack similar attack against a similar base, where when the base is spread out with a lot of defenses around it, you don't have a lot of stuff that's going to be hitting your queen. There were some other bases where it's so compact with the rage spell tower next to the ricochet cannons and everything. You don't want to queen charge that because the queen would not be able to survive. But this one is a perfect base to queen charge into the Town Hall, take it out, and then jump behind it to get that value. Are they going to do it? I don't know. They're probably not listening to me, but that's what I would do. So I would love to see if they do that.
Yeah, it looks like right now that Alvaro is going to be the attacker for the community team. Coco, queen charge coming in from Carbon. With this many stars on the line, based on the base you saw, I heard a little bit of some rumblings of your strategy. What do you think? What do you think you should go for?
See, the queen charge, I think we might be seeing some more queen charges for sure. But I feel like we'll be seeing the queen charges with support from that warden, maybe with a recall. I see you did some of those as well in some of your videos. I like that. I think that's a really good way to clear out a good portion of the base, but also set it up for the later stages in an attack. But we'll just have to wait and see what everybody else thinks at Town Hall 18. It's all still new. It's anybody's game to see what metas and strategies that they can come up with. Maybe we'll be seeing something completely new. Who knows?
Yeah, I am so excited about this one. The stakes literally couldn't be higher. I think our stats, I think they're very, very close. I think we're double checking everything behind the scenes because they're that close, within a percentage point for sure. So this is going to be a huge swing one way or the other. And let's take a look at their cameras. Let's see what they're thinking. Let's see how stressed they are. Carbon, I'm seeing stress from both sides. Excitement, sure, but also stress.
I'm trying to think, Alvaro, would he do a queen charge? If I'm thinking, I don't think he's going to do it, right? The reason why I don't think he's going to do it is because it's not that he couldn't do it. It's just if you get one tiny thing wrong, then the queen goes the wrong way and it is completely over. Yeah, okay. So it is not a queen charge. It is complete opposite of that. It is dragons, 16 dragons with 10 invises. So it looks like it's going to be the royal champion charge. Is there the bomb? Oh, there is the bomb hive off to the top side. Good luck.
Oh, this is going to be scary again. As I said, those compartments on the left and the right, they do look like they want to be world champion charged. Alvaro is going in towards that right instead. There are a few hidden testers popping up, which is actually slowly pushing them up. Oh, those invis slightly out of range. The RC's still up, and the Fox is actually even still there, so he's still going. The bombs, though, as soon as we take a few more steps forwards, that's going to be a bit hard for the Fox to stay alive.
And luckily, the bombs from the bomb hive. The RC is getting hit, trying her best to take it out. Bombs! Oh my! Look at that! Wait! Whoa! Okay, the boots finished it off. Luckily, was able to finish and grab that value.
Oh.
The Royal Champion did not grab the multi, though. Wait, turn back around.
It's okay. One more.
One more. Come on. One shot. Yes!
Yes! Honestly, not bad. I think the pressure got to him a little. He looked a little shaky, but I think he got good value. He got the spitter down, he got a lot of the neighboring defenses, and he got the bomb hive down. So I'm actually pretty happy with that. We're already going in towards that town hall. Long shot's going to be doing some hefty damage. He's popping that warden ability as everything starts to step forward towards the town hall.
Yeah, Warden ability is protecting these dragons, moving right on through the... We do have that minion prince that is trying to help with the meteor staff, hitting the closest defense. Now the minion prince does lock on the town hall, grabbing that value. But the dragons, do have a couple in the core. Use that totem right in the middle. Distract that revenge tower. Oh my... What? Those dragons got absolutely destroyed by that revenge tower.
The revenge tower reaches so far, it's even hitting that totem there on that left-hand side. It does have a little bit of a chain as well, so it's actually still hitting some of Alvaro's dragons. It's still up, still got so much health. He's sending in another one there to try and distract the fire spitter, but this is just so much damage coming in on his army.
Oh, these dragons are trying to get the value. Did grab that revenge tower, but the minion prince is trying to get the multi, comes back to life, finishes it off, but has one revive. Hold on. He's got a shot. A freeze. Ooh. Revive. You could use it on the minion prince.
The RC?
Well, the RC's next to the defensive minion prince. There it is. He does bring the minion prince back.
That's really good. It's got so much health as well. We've still got the queen. She's hanging on here. We've got baby dragon up top for cleanup. Oh, wow. 33 seconds left. He has time. As long as we can push through the defensive minion prince.
It's close. Remember, you don't have to take out the defending heroes. All you gotta do is take out all the buildings. He's working through. Can he do it? He's liking it for a 3-star. And remember, it was double or nothing, and Alvaro gets it done for the community. So instead of it being 3 stars, it is worth 6.
That is a huge advantage for his team. Double or nothing. You guys are the ones that said it at home. This is huge for you guys.
That was what they needed. What a risk. Pulls it off, gets it done with the dragons. And you saw Termi celebrating the beginning because he saw the Royal Champion taking on so much damage. But she ended up staying alive. Alvaro stuck with it and got the value from the RC. And then the drag
looked really nervous in the beginning. You could see at the end when he did actually manage to get that triple. He was rubbing the sweat off of his hands, holding his heart. I wonder if his heart was beating super quickly. I remember when I was playing in front of everyone. It is so different in terms of playing on camera, in front of everybody. You know everybody's watching. Maybe you're not playing to your comfort zone. Maybe this isn't his most usual attack strategy, but he played it really, really well.
He did. He was able to get it done, and I was impressed coming in with those dragons, and the minion prince being revived at the very end helped clutch it up for them. But now, who is gonna be the attacker? Will it be Baker's Lab? We saw from him that he really liked the Smasher, which he did have it on his defensive side. He got the 1 star. It definitely helped there. but what kind of an attack will he bring? I know when I did a challenge with him a few years ago out in Helsinki, and I gave him a base, and what attack did he come in with? It was a lot of hog riders. He loves the hogs. Will we see an attack from Beakers using hogs, or is he going to go with the new stuff with the meteor golems? The hogs are one of the favorites as well from... Oh, wait. It is... Okay, it's dragons. It's not hogs. All right, here we go with a lot of totems. Okay, totems and the overgrowth here.
Totems galore. We'll see how he places them. Where is our crafted defense? I think we have the light beam over there on that left-hand side, which means the closer you get, the more damage it'll do.
Sweepers. I think that's why he was angry.
Oh,
I think he wanted
you're right.
I think he wanted to hit both sweepers, but I don't think it matters because the sweepers are pointing away from where the dragons are going anyways. And I'm surprised he didn't go with the blimp. He is using the totems, so he's just gonna... actually, no, he's fine. It makes it into the core as he needs to help protect everything through it. And a nice minion prince protecting and also slowing all that down.
Yeah, I like that minion prince ability, slowing all the damage down. And as you said, it was actually pretty perfect. Now, the only thing is we did lose a few dragons to that right-hand side. However, they're still chasing those ice sculpts from the CC, which means they might actually manage to regroup. He is placing these totems pretty much back to back in towards this center as he tries to keep these dragons alive. I also spot that we do have some dragon riders in the mix here, doing some extra damage to those defenses.
Notice one thing what he's doing is he's dropping a lot of the totems pretty far out in front of the dragons. Sometimes you want to use these totems a little bit closer, because if you drop them too far, those defenses on the back side, like for example that multi-arch tower to the far right, is nowhere near the dragon, so it has no chance to even attack them, but it would be taking out the totem spell. So what you want to try to do is use the totem closer to the dragons and try to help protect them a little bit more. But unfortunately, Beakers is not going to get this. But this means that the percentage is below the 85. So we are going to see an advantage. Now go back to the community. They're going to get the difference between this and the 85% and add more percent to their side.
Yeah, this is the creators team. They're just gonna be the community team. Sorry, they're gonna be further in advance now. This is really good for them. They've got so much star percentage, and they're still racking up percentage even when they're not attacking.
Yeah, that's the beautiful thing about being on the community team. You can get bonuses from attacking and from defending as well. And of course, every building that they get here close to 85% helps lower that difference. So they're trying to get it. And there it is. Alvaro flexing there with that defense. Only a 73% 2-star Beakers Lab. Great effort there. You know, why didn't you bring the hogs? Because I know you love the hogs there, but it was the dragons, and the dragons falling a little bit short. Dragons are getting a 1-star. Dragons getting 3-star. Now they just got a 2-star. So dragons getting every single bit of stars there. But the community team now is getting a little bit more of an advantage here. So a great way for the community team to take a further lead in this match.
Hey, chat, you cooked. Well played. I mean, look, you got 6 stars. That was a huge boon. And again, remember the name Alvaro. Good grief. Coming in clutch there for the attack. Hitting the double or nothing. Barely, was pretty close. Got good value from the RC charge and was able to clean things up towards the end. Other fun talking point though too, also destroyed a max power revenge tower, which as a reminder is one of our continual challenges. If 3 of those are destroyed by our community team, that's an extra star as well. So 1 down so far. Coco, take me through these replays.
Replays, I mean, overall, the dragons, they work pretty well. The minion prince was clutch, as you see, perfect ending here to this replay. The minion prince that we managed to revive to finish up the end of Tommy's base was absolutely perfect.
Yeah, Termi went through the roller coaster of emotions in that attack against his base, from being super happy to being super defeated. That's happy again and then defeated because of the dragons from Alvaro. But even Alvaro steps up, gets the triple, gets the defense, and it's actually not just the triple. It's the 6 stars from Alvaro there.
Good grief. Obviously, 73%, not horrible. But as you said, it was a great reminder, Carbon, that 12% essentially goes to the side of the community. So, I mean, Coco, looking at these stats, of course, we've got a huge star advantage, 4-star advantage. We're halfway through this competition, but also have a nice percentage advantage as well because of those bonuses.
Yeah, you're right. 44.5 to 41.7. Definitely still in the lead there for the community. I wonder what will if they actually even still have a chance to catch up. I mean, with the amount of 1-stars, we have 1, 2, 3 1-stars still on the board. I wouldn't say it's completely over just yet. We just need to make sure that the creators team are constantly bringing the best performance. They need to be getting those triples down because they can't afford to lose on any stars at all.
Yeah, a great shout. And Carbon, talk me through this. Obviously, this is actually going to be our second half of the competition. It's also in order, which means BD Legend's going to be the last attack for the community side, and our next attack will be Corrupt, it looks like.
Yeah, look at the players we still have remaining. Incredible attackers that are going to be coming in, and we're only halfway through this one. And Sir moves a unique base here. I'm liking it. Okay, I'm putting my analytical hat on. I'm trying to take a look at breaking the space down. All right, so plan
Super Ultra
is...
Clumblin.
Well,
That would be crazy.
I'm trying to think, because you could use the totem spell to tank the air defense, right?
Yeah.
But if you send a blimp in unprotected, it's going to get hit by Seeking Air Mines, and that's going to be a problem. He could funnel one side with the Raw Champ, recall her, and then he could use her on the other side and send her ability off with the Rocket Spear, take that out, and then he has a clear path right through the core. Use the Queen Arrow on the Hero Hall to activate the Invis. It comes back, and then just charge your way all the way across. That would be my initial quick breakdown of this base. That's what I would do.
Yeah. It's hard to tell. RC charges. I mean, we don't have the bombs from the bomb hive, but I think it will definitely depend on what the challenge is for the community. See what that they will actually have to do on this base.
Oh, and speaking of it, the poll is live. Hold on to that idea, folks.
Okay.
It's here. You gotta choose a challenge for the creator. This is a chance for an extra star. We're back at this. Here are your options. Of course, we can go back to the cookbook. Carbon may get mad at you, but you certainly can. You can use only totems is one of your options as well. Only totem spells, which we said are super valuable, but only totem spells is obviously a very difficult task to execute on, and that is the other option. And then the other option that we saw briefly there was 50% of your army comp must be Town Hall 18 air units is that final option. So we'll see what the community decides to choose. That poll is live, or was live, on our webpage. I think it's just now wrapping up. Get your final votes in. If you're voting in chat, we appreciate you. I love to see your chat of ABC. It doesn't do anything, though. Gotta go to the webpage, and it's looking like, I'm getting word from production, they chose air troops. 50% of their comp must be Town Hall 18 air troops here, Carbon.
What I would have done is, like, if I didn't have any of these restrictions granted, what I would have done something fun would have been the RC on the left and right side, and then I would have probably went with a lot of Elks, and I would have brought a Warden Heroic Torch right through the core and just try to run right through all those walls. But obviously, you can't bring the Valks when they're going to have to bring the air attack. But you can apply the Royal Champion, charge to the left and right side, set up a funnel for dragons, or even the Dragon Riders through the core all the way across. But I'm curious to see what the plan is going to be on this base, because this is a unique base style here at Town Hall 18. I have not seen this before.
Oh. Yeah, it's definitely something new. I'm very excited.
Yeah, I think it'll be really fun to see what happens in this base, especially with that extra star on the table. And again, I think this is a huge opportunity for the community team to potentially continue to stretch that lead to a point where it becomes almost at least improbable, if not impossible. While we wait on that and we see our teams kind of creating their comps around this challenge you've given them with our poll, we do have some more content. We got to check in with Susie all about this brand new totem spell. Check it out.
Hi everyone! everyone, I want to give you a quick look at the new totem spell that just dropped in the Clash of Clans. It is available at the Town Hall 16 when you upgrade your spell factory to the level 9. Cool thing about this spell, it takes only one housing space. When you use this spell, it spawns beautiful blue totem which distract the air and ground defenses. This totem is very tanky. Just level 1 already has 10,000 hit points, which is more than max level of the golem. This spell doesn't trigger traps, CC, poison, or even raid spell towers. Totem spell has 6 tiles radius, so when you drop this spell, it does slightly damage everything in that area, but plus also stun them for short duration, which is enough for them to switch the target and focus on the totem. One tip which I would give you, be careful where you're gonna drop the totem spell. You kind of want to distract especially the defenses which are doing splash damage away from the troops. We are seeing many attacks where people are using the skelly spells to distract. Now we have totem spell perfect for this job. I can imagine using this spell for wooden walk. For example, distracting the hero, or if the CC got pulled. We know the wooden walk is not easy and many times are very tricky. If you are using the air attack, distracting the air defense, protecting your dragons, taking the early damage is definitely plus. You can even use it if you are trying to get Blim deeper in the base, because we know as soon the Blim is out of the warden aura is not being protected. I also can imagine using this spell at the end of the attack when you have only few troops left or just hero to distract the final defenses and get the final star. So this is the totem spell, definitely worth trying out, and I cannot wait to see how you gonna use it. Clash on!
Thank you so much to Susie. Another great breakdown from our content creators in the competition, breaking down how all of the Town Hall 18 mechanics and new content works, and of course our brand new spell. This has been a big sticking point for the last couple attacks as well. I'm even thinking back to the last attack. I think it was from Beaker, had a lot of totem spells, and I think, Carbon, you were the one that called it out. Maybe just putting them a hair too far away. So that breakdown certainly helps everybody at home learning how to use that spell even more effectively. But as we get into this, I want to remind people at home that our rewards have been active this entire time, okay? The way this is going to work is pretty simple. There's 2 different ways you earn rewards. Of course, depending on how our community operates, right? If they win and they get enough stars, you're going to earn rewards along the way. But also, just by voting, you're earning points towards that reward track we've talked a lot about. I'm still seeing a lot of questions. Maybe you're just tuning into the stream for the very first time, so I want to remind you how to vote. We have a website that is active throughout the entire course of this broadcast. The polls will populate only for 45 seconds, but you can be on that website, have it on the side the entire time. So make sure that you have that website open, be ready to vote when it pops, get ready to vote for whatever you want your community to do. A chance to earn extra stars, a chance for you to earn extra rewards, and every single time you vote, you earn those points. That gets you further down that reward track, which will automatically go to your account a little bit later because you've logged in. So if you don't see anything to vote, it's probably because you're not logged in on the right-hand side. So that's how it's all going to work. And make sure that you scan the QR code here. We've got some rewards for you for free, okay? Scan the QR code. You've got to scan it right here. It's going to be live for about 2 minutes. Scan the QR code to earn a Clan Castle cake. Pro tip, if you're on mobile right now, we love our mobile watchers. You are probably a little bit delayed, and so you're asking me, hey, I need more time on the vote. Well, just make sure you've got the website open. But this right here will be live for 2 minutes. Screenshot this image right here, and in your images, in your smartphone device, you can just click the QR code. It'll open for you if you've got a decently new, updated device. So you can do that, or just scan the QR code on your screen as per the usual. Get some free rewards. Thanks for paying attention. Thanks for hanging out with us. This will be live for about 2 minutes as we're about to get into our attack. All right, let's take a look at that pricing I've been talking about and all of those rewards that we've been talking about all day today, because I broke down how it works. Let's take a look at that pricing graphic and see all of the rewards you can earn as well. Because again, 2 different ways. Quickly, If your team earns enough stars, you earn rewards. This will be redeemed at the end of the broadcast. It'll be the exact same way. Be live for about 2 minutes. You got to scan the code to get your rewards. But this is big because we just gave you those free stars. Our team got 10 stars. You got a free cake. Okay, that's how it works. Okay, so when we get to 17, then we're gonna get the next reward. When we get to 23, then you're gonna get the next reward. So instead of rewarding you everything at the end, we're gonna do it progressively when we can. So that's how that all works. Thanks for being patient on that, but congratulations, because your community team is crushing it because you doubled down and got 6 stars. So there you go, a full breakdown of our pricing and of course that reward track as well. Really cool stuff here with Clash of Clans and Carbon. I want to remind everybody what has happened to this point. We are halfway through this competition and our community team is in the lead, and it is time for our attack. Air troops, 50%. Take it away.
Okay, air troops indeed. And let's see what Corrupt can do with the dragons and dragon riders and a handful of this is what I was saying. Invis one side, but it looks like he's actually getting the Invis or the RC into the core. That, that's a lot of damage. Okay, luckily he was able to time the Sparrow Fox right there.
Yeah. Perfect timing. However, the invisibility will go off, but Corrupt is ready. He used the Ice Block spell to keep the Royal Champion there so that once that invisibility has worn off, she's still there to get that Monolith down.
He's getting spun around. He grabs the Monolith, continues to find the Spring Traps for more Invis. There's the ability. RC is pathing right into the core to go to that Revenge Tower, but now she'll probably backtrack. Hold on. And no, she continues into the core, even towards the Light Beam.
That is a surprise. I didn't think she'd go that way. They must be so close. That is very unfortunate. Can you imagine he had one more invisibility there? I don't even think he thought it would go that way.
Okay, this is what he almost went down. But if Sir Moose did not go with Light Beam and went with the Bomb Hive would have been a huge problem for that Royal Champion to try to charge into the core. It's those small details on the defensive side. But we are going to see the charge with the Queen to the left towards that defensive mini prince. And here comes the Dragon Riders towards the bottom side.
Yeah. I'm excited to see these Dragon Riders in play. They got that extra level. They're buffed now. They're stronger than they used to be. Now let's see how they go. The closer they get to that Light Beam, remember, the more damage they will be taking. We got that Warden ability active. It will be helping them get towards this Light Beam and towards that Town Hall. We will need to make sure that these dragons stay alive to get that Town Hall down.
Yeah, continuing through with a nice Minion Prince ability. Furnace is coming out of the Siege Barracks to the far left, trying to continue through, but look at that right side. This base looked to be a huge annoyance to try to take it down, and these dragons are struggling here as he's trying his best to get as much percentage because this is not going to be a 3-star for Corrupt. What a great try.
Yeah, this was really close. Honestly, I really liked it. The Royal Champion shot got quite a lot of value. We did invest quite a lot of spells. Maybe it would have been beneficial if we had a little bit more spells for the dragon portion of this, but it was a little bit tough towards that end.
Yeah, unfortunately not going to be able to get it as there are 24 seconds left in this attack. Warden's trying to get as much as possible to the top side, grabbing those final buildings. And Sir Moose is going to hold for the Creators and Team Itsu there. But that Warden will probably not die off here as he doesn't have enough time because maybe no. Nope, he does. So that means the Sneezy comes alive and, of course, finds that Seeking Your Mind right off the bat.
Yeah. Bear in mind, the dragons... Wasn't the dragons chosen by the community? Which means he did it? Which means they would get an extra star?
Well, I don't know if it was required to be a 3-star or something, but hey, you know, at least you do. You do get it, and so that is an advantage for the community team, you know? They already had the advantage from, which was Alvaro's attack. I would say probably that's almost the MVP attack of getting 6 stars. The first ever 6 stars in Clash of Clans because of the bonus stars that they got from the challenges, where you all at home was like, yes, let's make it double or nothing, where that was the pressure, and he delivered. But Corrupt falling short right there, but still, the lead for the community is looking good here so far, Coco.
Yeah, still fell short, but he did get that extra star from using the community votes strategy, which means he still did manage to actually get the 3-star for his team. Did manage to get a bonus, but you still never know. Maybe if he didn't use dragons, maybe he still might not have would have gotten the 3-star. So because he had that safety net of using the community's strategy, he did manage to actually get the 3-star.
And I'm looking at the stars down below in the screen with 6 attacks from the community, 17 stars. While the creators, 5 attacks, so 1 attack less, only at 10. So if I'm not mistaken, I don't think it's possible to get a 7-star attack. Granted, with these rules, it could be possible if you're on the community side, if it was more than double or nothing, but that's not the case for the creators. They're just going to look to try to get a 3-star of their own to try to chip away at that lead from the community.
Yeah. I mean, this is going to be a little bit hard for the creators towards the end, especially knowing how far behind that they actually are. But as we said before, you said it as well, predicted before we even saw them. We have seen a lot of 1-stars, but they're just way too far behind already. They're really far in the lead, but that's good for everyone, though. There's a lot of rewards on the line. Let's see how Rafa COC goes up next. She is also bringing in dragons of her own.
Dragons indeed, with Warden, Eternal Tome, and the Rage. So Flame Flinger to start. One of the big issues of Flame Flinger is you have to be careful near ground expos, which it looks like there's a ground expo over there to the right. Mortars, the Monolith, and of course that long shot. But that Royal Champion charging right on into this compartment, grabs the defensive poison spell tower. Will probably, oh man, that Bomb Hive is doing so much work.
Yep. Right into that bomb hive as well. We do actually manage to get that expo down that you were worried about, which means the Flame Flinger can just continue to get some of those defenses down on that right hand side. I do see some of those fire mites come from those the clan castle, which did go towards the fire on the right, but we're still pushing through pretty nicely with those dragons going directly into the core.
Something to think about the totem spell that you may not be aware is, yes, it will be providing the distraction, but when you deploy it, it will stun the defense and it will cause them to retarget to whatever's closest, but it also deals 100 damage. So if there's a bunch of archers or something that comes out of the defensive clan castle, you drop the totem on top of them, bam, they are all gone. It works almost like a lightning spell. They remove them since their health is so low. So something to also think about. You can use a combination of the totem spell as you're trying to remove like skellies or archers or things like that. But we are seeing now that Warden and Minion are still trying to charge through this core, but that Bomb Hive is doing work right through there.
Yeah, we had so many dragons go into this south-hand side compartment, just not a lot of them leave. There was so much damage on these dragons, and bear in mind that the town hall isn't a defense anymore.
Yeah. That town hall, you can't target it, unfortunately, like you would normally do with the Raw Champion or anything defensive targeting really at that point. But it looks like Rafa COC is going to be getting just, well, percentage is lower than the 85, which means the community is going to continue to increase their percentage.
They're still rising. You saw him cheering there. He knows exactly that this is going to be helping his team just keep getting more percentage, even though they're not attacking. This is really, really big for them. At this point, it's just a challenge to see how far that they can take it and how much percentage and how many stars and advantage that they could take their stats.
We still have attackers that I'm really keeping my eye on. Of course, we got the captain himself, Itsu. I wonder if he's going to be saving his attack for the very end. You know, the content. I know everyone wants to see what he brings. If Itsu brings, like, meta, I'm assuming Itsu's going to bring something fun. Something crazy. You know, that's what Itsu would probably want to bring, right? If you're listening, Itsu, I want to see something wild. What are you going to bring here to blow our minds? You're Itsu. You're the one and only legend here that could deliver, right? Well, Corrupt delivers for the defensive side. Great job for their team, adding more percent to the community team, and that gives them an even bigger lead.
Yeah, that's a big win. Like you all both mentioned in a great breakdown too, because Corrupt just ran the community comp that they voted for. That's an extra star. Coco, I really like what you said. It's almost like a safety net, right? Not assuredly could he have used a different strategy and gotten a 3-star. So why not use the strategy the community voted on, get the extra star, ends up just getting a 2-star, making it a 3-star in total with the bonus. So overall, a nice win there. And then also holding on the defense against Rafa. Rafa gets a 2 stars, which isn't bad. 73% though is 12% back to our community team with the way our continual challenges work. Let's look back on the replays though here, Coco. Take me through of what we saw and what went wrong maybe.
Here we go. The dragons are going into the core. Perfect. We got that minion prince ability slowing all that damage down. It was really unfortunate that we couldn't just get it towards the very end there for this 3-star, but that extra bonus star from even using dragons in that first place did manage to push it towards a 3-star. This one, yeah, the dragons, they just went into this compartment and they just couldn't make it out of it. It was just quite a hefty compartment. They took so much damage, and that puts the community with 17 stars to 12.
Wow. Yeah, Carbon, take me through this. Of course, community, you do know that 17 stars is our next reward, so get ready to redeem that next reward. But Carbon, talk to me about our stats right now. Is it looking too grim for the creators, or is there still a chance?
I mean, it's tough. It's going to be a really tough comeback here because they're down by the 4 stars. They're going to have to hope for 1 stars. But if it's the fact that if they just have to do the attack, it doesn't even matter what happens. If they just do the attack from the challenge and get us an extra bonus star, there's really nothing the creators can do at that point. It's going to be so hard. What I think, I don't want to change any rules on the fly, but what you could do is if there's a challenge, just like the double or nothing where like they get it, then they get the bonus star. But if they don't get it, then they get negative stars, right? Not 0. They get -1, whatever it may be, spicing things up.
Spicing things up. You're trying to rule change to make this a little bit closer now because our community is so far ahead. We'll see what happens. But for now, folks, we do have your reward. Your community team, you drafted them. You've been voting on what they should do, and they are winning. They're up to 17 stars, which means you've earned a builder bite. Get your hands on the builder bite by scanning this QR code on your screen. Again, if you're on mobile, you got to do what you can. Best thing you can do is increase the quality as high as you can go on this VOD, screenshot it, and then click the QR code in your images. But everybody else, of course, just scan the QR code, go get your reward, builder bite, because your team has done it. 17 stars in total. Our next metric for success, our next reward comes at 23 stars, and we still have 4 attacks to go. I believe your team can do it. I certainly do. And of course, if they win it all, we've got 3 chests coming your way as well. But regardless, a lot more rewards, and congratulations for the rewards you've earned thus far. A poll is about to go live. I'm giving you all a warning. Get ready for the poll, and I'm excited about this next attack. I believe the next poll, looking forward, is going to go back to the same question we've been using, which is what army comp should our creator use? It'll come down to similar things that we've been asking, but take me through our base while we wait on that poll to be live.
Well, let's look with this base. It is a bomb hive that is next to the monolith. If you fireball that section, that's a lot of value. With an earthquakes through that area, you can grab and damage the defensive minion prince and the defensive king. But this is actually a base that, remember at the very beginning that I talked about doing a queen charge through? Well, this is the exact one actually, where if you were to charge your queen from the top side towards the town hall, that revenge tower could hit your queen. But if you don't take out buildings and you just leave the other buildings on the outside up, then the queen can charge through and not get hit by the revenge tower at a higher level. And then that queen could grab the town hall, and then you could pull her back with a recall spell.
I like it, Carbon. And Coco, we'll come right to you for the same thoughts on strategy, but our poll is live. We've got to get our community members voting. Get your voting fingers ready. You get to pick the next comp. What is your team going to do? Root Riders, Electro Titans, Super Yeti, or Dragons? We've seen a lot of Dragons. We've seen the Super Yeti. Coco, is it time for the Electro Titans or the Root Riders? What are you thinking?
I don't know how Electro Titans do at Town Hall 18. I loved
know.
Electro Titans when they initially came out, so I would kind of love to see it, but I don't know if it's a safe option. I think Super Yetis, Root Riders, probably Dragons are better options. I don't know which one I would prefer. I don't think we've seen many Root Riders, if so, any Root Riders so far, but we've seen quite a decent amount of Dragons and Super Yetis, so maybe we'll switch it up a little.
Well, I think your hunch is correct. The community has got their nostalgia hats on. Root Rider is the choice for the community team, which means our community attacker has to go Root Riders. It's some sort of a comp with Root Riders involved. Excited to see what they build. And Coco, I'm actually going to go back to you because I think you had some thoughts on that base. And maybe give me some thoughts around Root Riders on that base if you can remember it.
It's hard to picture the base, but with Root Riders, we usually see a lot of World Champion charges. Now, World Champion charges did get a little bit harder with the update before Town Hall 18 because we had a buff to the Spring Traps, making it a bit harder. Didn't kill the strategy. It's still definitely viable, so we'll have to wait and see from which angle that they approach it. But ideally, they want to set up a funnel, clear out a corner of the base to push those Root Riders in. Now, you do have to keep in mind that the Town Hall is not a defense. We've said this many times before. This is also the reason why we've had some 1-stars. The World Champion can't get it. It's also not a defense, so we have to make sure that we're bringing something that can actually get that Town Hall down.
Yeah, that is a great breakdown. I love that, Carbon. As we get into this, Kenny Joe and Chief Rion. Chief Rion is going to be the one attacking, of course, for our community and has to use the Root Riders. What do you think about the community's choice?
Root Riders have always been a very strong attack, but things start to change because the Roots cannot target the Town Hall. So at that point, you won't be able to go into the Town Hall compartment, but in that base that we just saw, it seemed like it was pretty far. Well, it's not exactly in the core, but it is kind of offset. So there are a couple other defenses that are around it, but if the Town Hall was isolated in the middle of literally nothing else, then there would be no way for Roots to even open up the walls. So we see Roots all the time at Town Hall 16, Town Hall 17, because it's such a strong meta attack, especially once you move up into Legends and you have the modifiers, and that's why the pros run it so often. But now that the Town Hall is no longer a defense, they could start to change that attack. And now I'm going to be curious, how is the Bomb Hive, if it was being run, I'm trying to think back, I think it was on that base against Roots, which can be a big problem. And that Revenge Tower, by chaining and hitting 3 different troops, which could really do some damage to the Roots.
Yeah, that is a good shot. I will remind everybody at home, too, that the Revenge Tower, we still need 2 more full power Revenge Towers taken down for another extra star to be able to added to the community team. That is something to keep an eye out for. I think Alvaro is the only one that's been able to do that thus far for the community team. If 2 more are taken down, that's a bonus star. That's one of our continuing challenges that is active out there right now. So maybe there's a chance it happens in this one, but I think you're right. I think the Revenge Tower is going to do a lot of work with this Root Rider comp. But I'm really pumped to get into the game. Of course, community, you've been a blast to watch this whole event. I've seen chat lighting up this entire time. I think the most excited you've been is when Alvaro got his 6-star, but we'll see what happens in this next game. Maybe something even more exciting than that. Coco, take it away.
Here we go. We're up again. Root Riders. Been a while since we managed to actually see these. We've got the totem spells. We'll see how the totem spells actually manage to distract some of the defenses. And I also see we're starting with the Warden on the right-hand side. We've got the Angry Jelly, which means he's only going for those defenses.
Yeah, target those defenses. And nice that the healers are far enough away from the Warden so that the Super Wizard Tower did not chain onto them. But a Flame Flinger is being used, it looks like, off to the far right. But this Warden is going to try to take out this Ricochet Cannon and set up the pathing to go straight in towards the Monolith. And now there is also the Air Expo that's over there. So the Flame Flinger really is going to have to just move pretty far in the base in order to start to get value.
We're going directly into the Monolith, into this Bomb Hive as well. Clan Castle troops are about to emerge. We'll see how that distracts all of these Root Riders pathing through. Everything's being knocked back a little bit by some of these Spring Traps in here. What do you see?
The RC ability right off the bat. with Hogs
yeah.
coming out. So now he won't have an RC for later in this attack. And he's going Rocket Spear, so that Rocket Spear is really almost not getting much value from afar. We're trying to use the totems, and this town hall is pretty far. And these roots have all but pretty much died off here.
And we got that Revenge Tower defending that clan, the clan castle and the town hall compartment. It is actually low, but it's still going to be doing so much damage until anything approaches it.
And it is making it. I think that Revenge Tower is max level. He takes down that next max level Revenge Tower. So that is great for the community team. But that Flame Flinger is trying to continue off to the right. A couple Headhunters delayed, but that won't. Wait.
No!
The town hall never went down.
What? The Phoenix is still there. Surely the Phoenix gets it done. It's taking damage from... Yes. It was taking damage from the fire spit. It was just enough. Kenny Joe was already cheering for that 1-star defense. But that Phoenix came in clutch just in the very end there.
Unfortunately, not able to get a 1-star defense there from the creators. But Chief Rion almost getting that 1-star. But he saves the 2. And look, there's not too much stuff left. 2 invises. Maybe use it on the Queen. Nope, never mind. Don't have. Okay, Queen is gone. Well, can use it on the Giant and or the Sneezy. Remember, every building matters here. Granted, there is a big start lead, 17-12 at the moment. But I'm telling you, there's always a chance. Just creators, they still have some amazing attackers, including their captain, the one and only Itsu.
Yeah, very lucky there that we actually did manage to get that town hall down. Brought the right pet along with him, I guess. Unfortunate for Kenny Joe, he was still cheering. We actually managed to get it to the 85% here. So, no, just getting closer towards that 3-star there.
Great effort there. Kenny Joe's defense almost holding for the 1-star. And we already know that Kenny Joe did attack already, so he won't be attacking. He's all done. Now his attack's gone in. His defense is gone.
Too soon. Overall, it's a great way to have a look at all the new toys that Town Hall 18 has in store.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is a great way to practice, right? Try to figure out what works. And you're going to use an attack today, and a week from now, you're going to use something completely different because you're learning. And these bases are going to get stronger. And also... and hopefully in a few days' time from now, the crafted defenses that you are seeing being used in this match is going to come in the live game where you're going to be able to use it yourself. And which ones are you most excited to use? Is it the Hero Bell? Are you going to use the Bomb Hive, the Light Beam? The one of the two that I'm keeping my eye on is definitely the Bomb Hive up there, and then that Hero Bell raging up those buffs for the defensive heroes. Oh, it's going to be a nightmare. Especially if you push up into Legends with the Legends modifier. Good luck.
Yeah, I can imagine Legend being so much tougher than this. Bear in mind, this is in normal mode. Legends will be very different once you get that experience over there. Very excited to give it a go. I don't know which one's my favorite. I think they're overall, they each have their own purpose. I do really like the Hero Bell. I think the Hero Bell adding a little extra hit points and the damage onto the defensive heroes is great. The bombs from the Bomb Hive have been so frustrating to play against, especially with World Champion charges. Me personally, I definitely do not want to face that in Legends. But then also, I'd like to see the Light Beam as kind of like a mini monolith. It might not be as strong because maybe it doesn't do like splash damage. It only targets one at a time, but it targets for so much damage once you get up close to it.
Well, let's see the choice. There is the Light Beam off to the right over there. But it is the choice of the Royal Champion. Earthquake spell right there to start. And the Revenge Tower is active because we had the 5 buildings that went down. But can this RC get this value? Continue to make her invis because she is finding a bunch of giant bombs and traps.
Yeah, that is tough. We don't have the Fox on this one. Yeah, so we're dropping these invisibilities back to back. We actually make the Revenge Tower invisible, which might not actually be a really bad thing because we can start to do damage on nearby defenses whilst the aura around the World Champion can do damage, but it's just not enough. She does get a revive and then finally gets the Revenge Tower down.
Not bad, not bad coming back from the Phoenix there for the RC. She continued to finish off that value, and there is the totem trying to distract, but oh wow, that totem stood no chance. It went down so quickly. But we're seeing the meteor golems coming in to try to move towards this town hall. And there's an earthquake, which can benefit the logs from that log launcher to help open up these walls. And he needs to get to that town hall. If he does not, that is going to be devastating. But we do have that long shot hitting him. Is he trying to continue his way through? There's the king's earthquake boots, and he has a clear path to grab this town hall.
Yeah, I'm not scared about that town hall going down anymore. We do have so much going towards it. We're still trying to place those totems on that back end to stop the damage, but there's just so much. The scatter shots, the ricochet cannons, we still have that inferno. There's a lot of damage. That rage spell tower hasn't even gone off yet.
Yeah, continuing through all that defensive rage spell tower is raging everything up, but he's got 2 hero revives. What does he decide to revive? I mean, the Royal Champion, you can't do that because she's just going to die so quickly down there. There isn't... Oh, revive the Warden so you can get the Rage Gem. You're wasting all the potential of... Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
Yes!
He was listening.
He was listening to you. That is perfect. Just to try and power through a little bit further. We're still throwing those other meteor golems over the walls. We've got the light beam doing a crazy amount of damage. Did pick off quite a lot here alongside all those other defenses. We do manage to get it down, but unfortunately, the army is sadly thinning out here.
Yeah, only 1 revive left. I guess you could use it on the Warden, but if he drops it directly on the Warden, you might accidentally pick off the King. You gotta drop it kind of off to the left side, but at this point, really, to be honest, you might just use it on the King so it could tank the ground expo as the Queen walks by, but again, there's not gonna be enough time anyways.
Yeah. Oh, there's the Royal Champion. He's still trying to get a little bit more down. There's still quite a lot of damage there.
Yeah.
Very unfortunate. Managed to get another building down. It would have been really cool if we actually managed to get that expo. The Queen's still going, but yeah, time is going to be an issue here to get more buildings down.
And it's going to be a 91% for the creator team. Sir Moose, nice try there. They needed that 3-star to try to inch their way back, claw back those stars that the community team is getting from the challenges, and especially from Alvaro's 6-star challenge and getting that one done. But this one is still close. We still have a handful of attackers left, but we saw there the attacks not coming through, not getting the triples, but you know, it's just, that's what happens.
Yeah, that's what happens. Everybody's still adjusting to Town Hall 18, of course. I will say technically that's our first creator win in a little while, only by a small margin. It was 2 stars from both sides. With 91%, I think is what we ended there with Sir Moose, just about 6% higher than Chief Rion. But either way you look at it, we take a win if you're a creator fan. But of course, we're all fans of the community, and the community's got to win for us to get more rewards. We are inching our way closer to the next reward at 23 stars. Not quite there yet, with 2 more added to the table. It's going to be about 19. But Coco, take me through the replays yet again. Wow, was that Phoenix so clutch to get the 2nd star, by the way, for Chief Rion.
It was so good. We were on our toes there. As you can see, we had that revenge tower defending. It was so low and actually managed to pick off so much. Kenny Joe was cheering. He thought he got that 1 star, but the Phoenix did pop up there and did manage to get that town hall down. That was very, very lucky. This one, we had the Super Yetis. We did manage to secure the town hall on this one pretty safely. Just that back end had so much damage. We didn't manage to keep those totems up too long. Maybe they were placed a little bit too deep. Maybe needed to be a little bit closer. But that put the community at 19 stars to 14.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, Carbon, take me through the rest of these stats. Obviously, we're kind of taking a look back on some of the stats, but then the overall is continuing to tell the tale that the community is still far ahead.
So let's add up the bonuses. We got 1 bonus from ClashTuber. We got an additional 3 from Alvaro, so that's 4 stars. So you take away the 4 stars, and then a 5th one from Corrupt. Literally, that's the difference in this war. The bonus stars is what's carrying the community. It would be tied up 14-14 in this match if the community didn't have the ability to get bonus stars, which makes it that much more difficult for the creator team because they don't have that option. But the 3 remaining attackers for the creator team, we've got Clash Bashing, we've got Terminator, and then we've got the one and only Captain Itsu being the final attacker. But then over in the community team, we've got Lexnos, we got Susie, and then BD Legends. So 6 attacks remain. and 6 amazing attackers that are ready to bring the content.
Well, we've got a surprise here in the booth with us. We got to check in with this entire war front to back. Itsu, I wish you good luck, and I also want to give you a chance for any final words here on the broadcast before the final 3 attacks come into play here shortly.
I mean, so far it's quite fun. It is quite crazy what the community sometimes are like picking, and as well, I mean, just the attacks so far are really fun. I did not expect to see that many 1-stars, but I guess this is the change which we were talking about in the beginning about the Town Hall not being a defense anymore, so the Royal Champion cannot like be the safety option. So I feel like we have seen that now multiple times. That were a little bit unlucky on defense with the Phoenix, but hey, that happens, right? But otherwise, a lot of really cool and especially close attacks. So I'm looking forward to the next couple of matches because you have said it right. I think we have 6 attackers left, right? Like 6 attacks. And then in the end, I will be the one who's trying to maybe somehow change the outcome of this.
It's gonna be close, so we are all rooting you on, I'm sure, but also the community is rooting against you. So we'll see who comes out on top. Thanks for joining us, and good luck in the last couple attacks.
Thank you.
All right, that was Itsu. Coco, I want to give you a chance to respond to this double or nothing offer because Carbon made sure that Itsu took it, which Carbon, I respect that, honestly. That's good content. Coco, if you were in the same position, do you put all the pressure on yourself or do you choose somebody else on your team?
Me? No, I don't want the pressure on me. That's way too much pressure for me. I mean, the thing is, Itsu's a really good player. I think a lot of people know that. So I definitely believe that he could definitely get that 6 stars. Me personally, I think that would just put way too much pressure on me. I would be way too nervous to do that.
I love it. I don't know if I can handle it either. Quickly though, Carbon, we're about to do our poll, by the way. Everybody in chat, get ready for the next poll. But Carbon, what are you seeing about this new base?
Well, I'm saying this base being run multiple times now, so they could be seeing a couple different ways to try to take it down. We saw from before an RC charge to the bottom into the compartment where the Revenge Tower is. Did not work, right, from Sir Moose. We saw that version from Chief Ren going with the Light Beam with that bomb tower, or not the bomb hive. I gotta remember the names now because there's all this new stuff at Town Hall 18, and it's gonna be tough. That Town Hall isolated in the core again. We have a Smasher that is on the Town Hall. You have to keep in mind that it will do so much damage, especially when it dies. It drops that Rage spell, and that can really benefit. So if you try to come in with some type of defensive targeting troops like Roots, they won't open up that core to the Town Hall.
I like the breakdown. And Coco, I'll give you a chance to talk about the base. But first, I believe our poll is live, folks. Get your voting fingers ready. You've got to be on the website. It's pinned at the top of the chat. It's down in the description below. Go to the events page. It's time for this poll to be live and vote for what you want. Another chance to earn an extra star. Here are your 4 options. And quickly, these are big ones. You can only use troops leveled up at Town Hall 18. 10 or less housing space is the housing space option. That is so difficult. Army cookbook or none of the above. What is your choice? Holy cow. Are you trying to be aggressive towards your own team? Are you trying to win? I think that's my question, Coco. Good grief.
It has to be between the cookbook or the Town Hall 18 troops. I think none is not fun enough, but then the housing space one, that is horrible. That one, that was really hard.
Okay, I am being told that it looks like we can only use troops leveled up at Town Hall 18. That is what was selected. Only using troops leveled up at Town Hall 18. Carbon, I think this one is one that is playable, I will say, compared to some of the other options. What do you think about the community choice?
Yeah, it definitely will give the community team a chance to add more stars to it. So that is a great option for them. I was originally against the cookbook at the beginning, but because of this lead, I'm going for the cookbook. You know, that's what I went for, but I didn't win, unfortunately, there. But now that thinking about the housing space, that would have been a very interesting attack to watch. It would have been so difficult to pull off. I didn't know that it was 10 housing space or less for any of the troops that you do use. But hey, this one now with the Town Hall 18 troops, it definitely is viable. It gives them a great shot to get a 3-star. But I'm trying to think. Okay, we've got what? Lexnos, we've got Susie, and then we have BD Legends. who's going to step up? Is it going to be Lexnos that's going to be trying this challenge here?
That is correct, actually. I am getting word Lexnos is going to be our next attacker trying this challenge. Coco, what do you think about this challenge quickly before we get into the game?
I think it's exciting. Lex is a very good player, ex-pro player, made content for a few years now. So I definitely think he can definitely get the 3-star on this one. I think that would be great for them. I mean, maybe more stars, the more the merrier, I guess. So...
Yeah, I mean, hey, I totally agree. A chance for an extra star here, and really pumped to see the attack. Got to take advantage of it because you know there's a double or nothing coming for the creator side too. I bet all the creators were voting for that housing space one. Didn't get it though. But anyways, folks, we've got to hear from the GOAT himself, Alvaro, talking about Guardian long shot. Let's tune into what Alvaro's got to say.
Yeah, it's true. With the new Town Hall 18, we may have lost the Town Hall defense, but we got something better. Or at least different. My name is Alvaro845, Spanish content creator, and I want to focus on the Guardians, the brand new creatures that may defend your Town Hall when your village is under attack. As you probably know, we will have 2 different Guardians to protect our Town Hall, either Longshot or Smasher. Let's take a quick look into Longshot because I feel it's the most powerful Guardian. With over 11,000 hit points, Longshot can shoot and target both ground and air troops with splash damage from over 14 tiles. That is the same range as an X-bow on ground mode, but with the difference that Longshot can target both ground and air, as I said previously. This is ideal to deal massive damage to enemy armies, meanwhile you are safely in the middle of the base protecting the Town Hall. And if that's not enough for you, when it's destroyed, Longshot deploys a bomb dealing 1000 damage to nearby troops on 3.5 tiles around. My opinion, Longshot is the most powerful Guardian, as I said, and I'm planning to defend on my village using Longshot as my Town Hall 18 protector.
Alrighty, got a chance to hear from Alvaro and talking a lot more about Town Hall 18 and our long shot Guardian, which is my personal favorite. But can you really have favorites when Town Hall 18 is just dropped? You got to get your hands on it. Go level up, go grind, get your builders working. Come on, we got to get to Town Hall 18 as fast as possible. But Carbon Coco, we've got 3 more attacks on each side in total. And I believe as we take a look, yes, it is going to be Lexnos. Carbon, we'll go to you first. What do you think about Lexnos on this challenge?
Oh, Lexnos is 100% capable of delivering on a challenge just like this. But what kind of risk will you take? Are you going to try to go all out and try to get that 3? Or, which I would assume you want to, right? But it could result in the unfortunate 1 stars that we have been seeing.
Yeah, it is. It's a little bit risky, but also it's not near as risky as some of the other strategies, right? I mean, you are not totally limited by the troops. You're just able to use the troops that have been leveled up through Town Hall 18. So, Coco, I go to you. I think, like you had mentioned before, this feels like a safety net. This feels like a pretty safe round for Lexnos.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the other perspective is I'm sure he's excited to play the Town Hall 18 troops. So I think this is exactly what he wanted from this challenge.
Oh.
We got the throwers.
Oh, I like it. That 1 super miner, you know what? It's for the Town Hall. That's my guess.
Yeah.
He's going to just
charge
walk
up on the Town Hall.
He's just going to walk around this base. Wait, is there no, okay, there's no earthquake, so he's not going to fireball. He's saying something. I don't know what he's saying, but he's saying something. Where you see the okay, so it's gonna be a warden to charge into the bomb hive here, just dodging it. Oh yeah, that's right. There are no balloons
no
here.
loons because he can't bring the loons. So
wow,
that's risky if there's any traps there.
That is true. I didn't think about that, but let's see. He did grab the bomb hive, so he's going to move through, and then he's just going to walk around casually with a couple super wall breaks just in and out of the compartments, and then save that super miner for the Town Hall. And if I had to guess, he could use the totem spell to distract, to protect the super miner, and even make the super miner invisible if he really wanted to.
Yeah. This is actually really nice. He managed to find a really good corner of the base to send the warden in to get a few of those defenses down, and that will actually really help with the funnel, as you can see. Now, we're still going around the outside. We did have that builder repair some of the damage that we took in here. We've already got that totem going in here, but already gets taken down. A lot of damage going off in here.
Yeah, King Siege Barracks to the top side, creating that funnel, which could actually get him straight into the core of this base. But I wonder what that super mine. I was thinking it was going to go for the tunnel, but at this point, he's trying to set that funnel to get in towards with a jump into the middle. But we have no poison spell being used. He did get that upgrade, so if he wanted to, he could have brought it. But the defensive mini prince is hitting his troops. There is the jump to give him access to the core, but he doesn't have a way to get through this first wall. So he's got to break this wall and then take that jump.
Yeah, it's just going to be a little bit time consuming. There is a lot of the troops here, so we're actually going to be able to take it down quite quickly.
Uh-oh, the Smasher's coming. The Smasher. Oh my! That Warden!
Oh my goodness, Warden! Yeah.
Taken so much damage there, but the rage of the Smasher is unfortunately not raging anything up. He needs to continue his way around, slowly getting that value. The jump will get that back into the core. So look at these throwers. They're going to be able to reach over these walls and get that value.
I think I upgraded the wrong troop. I think I should have upgraded these because they look so strong. He still has so many left. The healers with that extra level, they're doing even more healing towards these troops. We're at the Revenge Tower, and we're still just absolutely crushing it. We're taking down everything in his path. He hasn't even used his Queen ability, still has a freeze, still has an invisibility spell, can reach pretty much everything on this back end. With 25 seconds, Lexnos has absolutely crushed Rafa COC's base.
Hold on, don't try to swag anything now. You have 15 seconds. Throwers again, nice value. Queen's burner ability. There's an invis at the bottom. Didn't end up working, but 10 seconds. Oh, throwers. He's liking it, and Lexnos delivers for the team community. What a 3-star, and what a plan. A great hit there, Lex.
That's a 4-star there as well, because he completed the task by using only the Town Hall 18 leveled troops.
That was the challenge, and he came through and delivered for their team. And what an impressive hit, moving around the space, and that shows his skill. He is a pro player, I should say expo. He hasn't been playing the pro competitively for a little while, but he's bringing that back out in him, and he can get it done. He's such a good attacker, delivers right there with the challenges, and an impressive hit, which then gives that bonus. And now the question is, when it comes down to Team Itsu, will Itsu's attack be even possible to get that 6-star? And remember, if they even tie it up, percentage is probably going to be heavily on the community side because of those attacks that got below that 85% mark that have been helping the community every single time.
Yeah, the community's been voting well. They've been choosing the right challenges for their team, and they've actually been delivering 23 stars. I'm pretty sure that was the 3rd mark for the reward. So hopefully we'll get that with you soon. Get ready for that one. That will be coming hopefully when Goj comes back.
Yeah, that's a thing you want to keep your eye on, is the rewards. I know I've been keeping a little tab on the side trying to get my poll predictions in, so I'm racking up the points because currently I'm close. I'm just a few away. I am about at, I wonder what all of you at home, how many points do you have? Have you guys completed it? Because I'm at 400 so far. I need about another 100 for the 10 starry ore, which is going to be clutch, and then I need 200 for the builder potion. So I'm a little ways away. I'm trying my best to get that because that's going to help during the upgrade process.
Yeah. Well, excited to see what the next attack is. We still have Itsu, who will have his attack, which is an all or nothing on that one. So even though you see quite a difference in the results so far, 23 to 14, we still have Itsu, who might be able to bring in 3 bonus stars if he actually... Well, actually, it wouldn't be 3 bonus stars. It's an all or nothing. So if he 3 stars, he'll be bringing home 6 stars for his team. But next, we're going into Clash Bashing. He's got a complete stack of totem spells.
The man's going for content. We've got 15 totem spells here. No invises for this RC charge, it looks like, as this RC is charging her way to the top, and we are seeing now dragons straight to the left with that Stone Slammer And here come the totem spells to try to provide that distraction. Look at the hero bells there. And the defensive RC absolutely shredded his Royal Champion.
Yeah, the totems in the middle, they're getting melted, but he's brought so many with him. Bear in mind, whenever he drops them, even though that things are targeting his troops, he's able to place them and it will re-target on towards the totem as long as it's closer. So we're pushing all the way through. We've already used that warn ability. We still have 6 totem spells. We've cleared the core already, and we're now starting to approach that town hall.
These totems are doing great work, providing all that distraction all the way through this base. Look at these dragons go. We've got even that Phoenix that came back all the way to the top side. Another 2 totems that could be used here towards the multi-gear cannon. Bash is liking this. I believe that air defense does go down. Remember, the totems also tank air defenses. So that's clutch for the dragons as they're continuing through this bottom side. Does find the tornado traps getting spun, but hold on. He's doing his absolute best trying to get all of this value.
Oh, everything's spinning out. We do still have 2 dragons and a dragon rider down south.
Hey.
1 totem spell. I think that's as long as we get this last few defenses down, surely we get it down. We've got that totem can distract. Oh, the archer. The multi-archer tower is low already.
Oh, he's got
this is
it.
a
Look at all this.
3-star. Look, he's already cheering in there. He wants that 6-star. I think that's what the 6 was referencing.
He was like, I should have had the 6 stars given to me. Because he believed in his attack. Great job, Bash, though. Still delivering a 3-star in the end. But Lex also got that triple with the community vote on his side. So it looks like the community team continues to keep their lead here so far. And Bash, great attack with the mass totems there.
That was unexpected. I gotta say, I wasn't expecting 15 totems, but apparently it works. I thought he used them really well. It paid off. But again, here's the thing. We knew Clash Bashing was going to be a really good player. It was the first draftee for the creator team. But Lexnos is unstoppable. Picks up the full 100% 3 stars and the bonus star from the community. And so very well done for both of these gentlemen. Great play, great attacks. But still, the community ekes out a little bit further ahead. Coco, 2 behemoths coming to a head, but the community cheers them on, gets an extra star. Take me through the replays again, Coco, because this was the battle of the finest so far.
Yeah, this one was really clean. Lexnos's attack was really cool. Had me wondering if I had upgraded the wrong troops first. I need to be getting some of those books in there now to rush the extra levels. It just goes to show that all the extra levels, they are evening out the playfield. We're seeing triples that are absolutely so strong at Town Hall 18 with a completely different meta. We haven't seen these troops for a while now. They are slow, but they get it there when you have a plan down.
Yeah, it was a great hit there from both of them, and both showing off 2 different versions, 2 different attacks that could be viable, especially Bashes with the dragons and totems, as we are taking a look at the war stats there. And look at that, 23 stars for the community, but it's only a 6-star difference, I might add there.
Ooh, it's close. I mean, yeah, 6 feels like a lot. You got to remember the creators also have a double or nothing coming, so it's certainly still within reach. If you take a look at percentages as well, and then Coco, of course, you can see the current game. This is what we were talking about. Lexno does technically pick up a 4-star. And again, you see that red highlight, which means we got that bonus star, which is why he got 4. But either way you look at it, is it close? It's debatable. Is it within reach for the creators to still win? Absolutely, Coco.
I think it all depends on what you guys at home still choose for Susie and BD Legend.
Yep.
If you actually manage to pick the right challenges for them and they can get any bonuses, that would absolutely clear it. And no matter what, I don't think the creators will make a comeback here, but it just depends. Are you going to vote for them or are you going to sabotage them?
Yeah, and I want to take a look at this base, but also want to remind everybody at home, the poll is about to be live. So if you want to follow what Coco was just talking about, get ready to vote. It's about to happen. Be ready. Quick look at the base, though, here, Carbon. What are you thinking?
Well, I see the town hall straight to the bottom side, which means that you could grab it. Actually, you can't grab it with your queen behind the wall, but you can grab it with throwers. So an attack that we saw with Lexnos using throwers to the bottom side could actually reach the town hall, and then you can move left or right depending on which way they decide to go. So a thrower attack to the town hall and then try to smash into the core would be a really good choice. But if I'm thinking that it's going to be Susie attacking, Coco, you've done many different voice chats with Susie trying to plan your attacks. What do you think Susie's most comfortable with?
I would say some sort of a smash attack. I
Okay.
can imagine still trying to be on par with the town hall 17
I'm gonna
methods.
jump. I'm gonna jump in here, Coco. I think it could be smashing for sure. I want to talk more about Susie's strategy, but first we got to see what it may be because of this vote, folks. Here's a quick look. It's an extra chance at 15% on overall score. No active equipment can be used, is what that selection is. 50% of the army comp must be meteor golems or back to the army cookbook, or are you going to be boring and pick nothing? Let's see what the community thinks. Let's see what they want. And I want to say from production, they're saying it wasn't even close. It's Meteor Golems. So, Coco, right back to you. You're talking about smash attacks with Meteor Golems now the play. What do you think Susie's going to go for inside of that realm of creating that comp?
Yeah. No, I think smash attacks. I think that is probably where she feels comfortable. Going back to even like Root Riders, I think that's probably what she was using most at Town Hall 17. So I feel like this could be good for her, but I don't know how much that she's practiced at Town Hall 18. I know that she might be nervous. Maybe she has somebody on voice helping her. I'm not too sure. But I know when she does have people helping her, she does perform pretty well.
Okay, all right, interesting. Maybe calling in a lifeline here to help out with the brand new Town Hall 18. Let's take a look as preparation is going. It looks like Susie's going to be attacking against Jacob Clashes here, Carbon. How do you feel? They both look pretty comfortable. Both are hanging out, relaxed, ready to hopefully earn some stars for their team. And maybe if you're the creator side, close the gap.
The one thing with Susie that I know, when stuff starts to go